How it goes. Bow! Launching promptly into everybody's favorite cutscene. The year is 199X. Always an antsy start of the race. Whole lot of exposition here for the first 7 minutes or so, but the nerves are already building for both racers. And we've got some preemptive Tessies in chat. We love to see it. And they're off. Got both racers going to grab their cracked bat. Don't want to be forgetting that. Mine choosing to do the equip right away here. Sitake first one out the door. Nothing much to see for the first hill climb up. We just have looky-loos and police all over the place. We're gonna go talk to our quote-unquote friend Pokey here, figure out what's going on, and try to get ourselves back to sleep. On up and around. See our runners making nice use of glides off the terrain, trying to optimize the movement there. Ness is very sticky. He likes to get stuck on corners, as we see. All kinds of things that can grab onto him, keep him from moving along. So the movement optimization is not as simple as it seems. We'll see everybody keeping fairly well in sync here. The first boss fight coming up is more or less scripted. We do have some variants depending on what Starman Jr. wants to do, but no worries, no problems. The most erratic knocking I've ever heard. I don't believe a person with only 2 hands could knock that way. It seems a little ridiculous. Pokey, being the great big brother he is, lost his little brother, so he's coming to bug us to try to find him, interrupting our beauty rest. Have a quick chat with Mom and change out of our jammies. Get ourselves ready for adventure. Nice dodge of the sister from the mine there. Sitake getting hung up. Gonna grab Pokey and try to get the heck out of here. But first we have the dad call going beneath the couch. Alright, right off the bat here, these spawns can be pretty exciting right outside the door. Able to get the dog pinned there on the tree on the mine side. Oh, and a random butterfly. That's interesting. Mine and actually taking the dogfight right up there at the turn. Sitake gonna try to despawn this spec here. Let's see what else. There's a dog up there trying to get in the way. Despawn's being a little coy with him. Mine threw that dogfight pretty quickly, fortunately. So runners neck and neck once again. See what this crow has to say. He's gonna get... You never really know until they start moving which direction the crow wants to move. Sneaky Sneck hiding behind the tree there. Sitake is gonna be the first one up the hill to talk to Picky. The mine right behind him. Less than a 10-second difference so far. The fights on this hill are unfortunate, but sometimes the despawns can be even more painful. Yeah, the damageless dog is nice. Don't get to see that very often. Leaves you with full resources going into the next round of fights that we have to contend with. We're gonna chat with our friend Buzz here. New best friend keeping us safe from the future. Telling us of a great evil afoot. Alright, on the way back down the hill, all the spawns are turned back off, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's stop and grab this bread roll here. One extra healing item is nice. You don't usually want to grab that on the way up, just in case there's a crow fight. They do like to steal things. So we've got that before we get into the next round of fights against the Sharks. Let's see what Starman Jr. has in store for us. A couple different options that Starman can do. He's got the fire, the freeze, and defend would be optimal. Doing nothing is what we always like to see. The fire is going to take the longest just because the text box is going to hit each one of the kids. The freeze will be a little bit less time as it's only one box. We want to see some charge forwards here from Buzz in between his shield rounds, keeping us safe. The 75 for Sitake to start off. Looking at 200 hit points for the Starman Jr., so we want to see a big hit on the second round there to hopefully make that a 2-cycle fight. Did not catch the mine's first round from Buzz. And a 61, that's unfortunate. Ooh, and the 18 smash takes it out. So that must have been a nice first attack. So the mine is going to be the first one through Starman Jr. Sitake right behind. Gotta love a nice tight start to the race. We've got a rude old man scolding us about things that has none of our business. It's not our fault that he loaned a bunch of money to our dad. Buzz, no! And Lardna strikes again. We're going to hear a big wall of text here from Buzz, get our sound stone. We want to make sure that we are mashing the right buttons through this text. We do not want to hear Buzz tell us the story again because we are good listeners. And all of a sudden, the sun is up. Take our first stroll through the zoo, see what... Ooh, and the dog coming right out of the woodwork for the mine. Gonna have to try to despawn that one. Don't want to be dealing with any more fights than we don't have to. Sitake getting a quick walk through there. The enemies at this point aren't terribly dangerous, but we don't want to be eating up time on stuff that we don't need to fight. Sitake stopping to grab Mr. Baseball Cap here. Throw that one on the dome. Model it around town for about 30 seconds before we go off and pawn it. No pigpen roadblocks today. Grabbing our trash burger. Sitake is gonna grab 40 bucks out of the ATM. Just enough money to load up on our T-ball bat. We're gonna drop the Mr. Baseball Cap and we're gonna grab ourselves a cheap bracelet here. Shopping order up to player preference here. And they're out the door. Gonna be taking a quick walk right down the middle of the road here. Doing our best to avoid some spawn triggers of the sharks. Ducking behind the hospital there to maximize our despawns, and we'll drop into Pogo Punk number 1 here. Not mandatory fight, but it does drop a burger and we want the experience here. This is the fastest way to get ourselves up. Nice smash for Sitake. A couple of miss on the charge forward and falling down, so a nice fight for the mine as well. And Sitake grabbing the fruit juice there, as is the mine. We got some juicers. Just a quick top off of the hit points there for the mine. Sitake just through Pogo Punk number 2. Here's our second burger there, up to level 4. The Yes Man fight's usually pretty uneventful. Do need to keep an eye on our hit points. It looks like Sitake's doing alright and using that fruit juice there to bump it up just a little bit more. Oh no! And the mine taking the hit and the death from the Pogo Punk. That's unfortunate. Not the biggest time loss that we can have in O-Net, but it is unfortunate. Gonna stop to refill our psychic points with Mom here. The only tricky part to this is getting back down to the arcade without doing the despawn walk can be quite frustrating. Frank talking dirty right off the bat for Sitake and brandishing a knife. Gonna want to heal between every hit here more often than not, just because we do not have a whole lot of buffer for the hit points. He can smash at any time and put us in a world of hurt. So we want to see the talking nasty. More and more of that talking nasty. Oh, let's go, Frank. Nice fight for Sitake there, very fast. Ooh, getting stuck by the neck. No fight required. We've had our visit with the Fuzzy Pickles man today. Let's hope we don't see any more. Oh no! And the dog grabbing the mine too. So Frankenstein, ooh, and a nice big smash from Sitake. So Frankenstein tore into us. He's gonna wanna heal up here just to be safe in case Ness misses. I'm gonna just auto fight here. One more hit should do it. There we go. So Sitake is through the Frank, just under 14 minutes, a nice start. The mine working the way back down to the arcade. Hoping to not see too many spawns on this here road. Can be tricky. There is a case to be made for going up and just redoing the despawn walk at that point. Sitake taking the heal at Frank there to stock back up before talking to Perkle. So we got the mine going back into the arcade for round 2 against Pogo Punk number 2. And a charge forward to start. He's just angry today. I don't know if it's programmatic, but once they start charging forward, they seem to keep doing that. Making it through that second fight. Gonna take the bread roll there before the yes man fight, just to not pull any punches. And yes man is down, so we'll see what Frank has in store for the mine. Sitake gonna be taking another quick stop at the department store to grab some more money before throwing a whole bunch of hamburgers in our backpack. Interesting place for a butterfly. Alright, talking dirty right off the bat, and a smash for the mine. 2 talking dirties and a double smash! The fastest Frank I have seen in probably the whole tournament so far. Let's go! Making up some of that time. Frankenstein here. Got a whole bunch of resources to work with, which is nice. Tearing in, gonna take another life up here and bash this one out. Alright, Frankenstein is down for the mine through the arcade. Sitake into Giant Step. Gonna be farming up some slugs. 22 is the magic number. We will see what strat we choose to run with tonight, and a nice 4-pack right off the bat there, and it looks like there's enough lag, he's going to get some singles, so this will be a little bit quicker. We'll see if they choose to stick. Uh-oh. Accidentally red swirling himself. That's kind of unfortunate. Having the singles lined up is nice. You do get the extra rolls on getting that fabled bomb drop. Depending on your feelings on that, that's a good or a bad thing. I'm always a fan of an extra bomb. You just never know when you're gonna need it. Need to get ourselves up to level 8 here, so we have Rockin' and a fighting chance against Titanic Ant. So that's 4 down for Sitake. Mine going to grab the key from Perkle here before stocking up on healing items. Alright, another butterfly there. Sitake choosing to bypass the lag spot and go over to the pretty typical grind spot here. Another 4-pack. It's going to be 8 for Sitake. We'll see how my counting is tonight. A little easier to keep track of with only 2 racers as opposed to 4. The quads definitely throw way too many slugs at the average human brain. An average could be pushing it for me tonight. Been a long day. Big smash on the slug. Looks like the mine taking a save here at the department store. Interesting choice. Another slug pack, so that's a fairly quick 12 for Sitake. That's 12 down, gets us our level 7. Ooh, and that mouse is not at a stickable spot there. That's 16 for Sitake. There's decisions to be made at this point, but that's a pretty nice start to the slug grind. Got a fairly decent head start on the mine here. We'll see what Giant Step has in store on the left side. Starting right off the bat with a mouse, gonna choose to despawn that one, see if we can get something useful on this first tile. Very persistent mouse. It's looking like Sitake might be choosing to finish up the grind here on the bottom floor. Makes sense if you got a lead there. If you want to play things safe, you don't have to contend with the Antoids on the second and third floors. This is going to be 20 for Sitake. That's ooh man, that's a shoestring catch on that mouse there. So mine able to get the grind spot set up there. That's a 4-pack of slugs to get things rolling. As long as the mouse stays hung up there on the cliff, you can keep respawning that tile and only get slugs to spawn any further than that. And Sitake taking the quick 4-pack off the top of the rope there. Macho Man Randy Savage would be proud. This is going to be 24. A little extra XP never hurt anything. This will get us to level 8 and get us our rockin'. So if we do run into any unfortunate encounters on the way up to the cave exit, we will have rockin' to work with. Another slug pack for the mine. That's going to be 8. This top 4 can be pretty tricky with a lot of spawns on there. Every extra bit of lag makes the stutters just that much more difficult. It can be darn near impossible if you get a 6-pack and a couple of Antoids spawning up there to get around. So butterfly to top off the psychic points, an empty cave right there. Did not see what our offense roll was at level 8 for Sitake. So we did hit the 24 offense. That does give us an instant win on a single Antoid, so that makes this a little bit safer getting through. This next room can be tricky. There's a sneaky double ant. Oh no! Oh no! With the Antoid spawning right on top, another unfortunate red swirl. Can't do the instant win, but it was at least a quick fight. Sitake taking the 2-pack there. Just getting it over with. Not a bad fight. Just going to go ahead and top off our hit points before getting into Titanic Ant. Another 4-pack for the mine. I believe this is 16? Titanic Ant is a very, very dangerous fight. Gonna start off with a rockin' here. We don't want the Antoids behind us. Oh no, not starting off with a smash. That's not good. We really need Titanic Ant to do anything but attack right now. Oh, a magnet. That's okay. It's gonna take one of our rockins, but it's better than being dead. You never want to see the ant smash. All right, the defense down. Ooh, big smash. That's gonna help make up for some of the lost damage from the missing out on the rockin'. Cruising through some of the burgers here, that's alright. Better to be safe than sorry. Magnet's okay, 2 PP wasn't going to do us anything. Titanic Ant is down on Sitake's side. So far on a pretty good O net for Sitake. The mine working their way up. It's gonna choose to back off that, just try to despawn those Antoids. That is a slug pack. And only getting 3 out of that one. Must have a few spawns up high. Messing up the pathing there. Grabbing the free burger out of the present. So, Only having the 3 slugs there is a little bit of a shorter fight for the mine, getting up to level 8. Gonna have to stutter past these things, but does that without any trouble at all. Very nice. Quick strength check. So we'll see what Sitake chooses to do. Did use quite a few burgers there, did grab the freebie, but the Cop Gauntlet can be pretty dangerous, and it's one of the worst places you can take a death here in Boogey percent. They may choose to stop and pick up some more burgers. Never say never, the mine. Anything can happen. This is Boogey percent, where every split is a run killer. I don't blame the frustration. It's easy to get tilted when you take an early death, but literally anything can happen. A 73 on the first rock in there. And a 19, not a bad hit there. Oh, and a smash. We've got the heal queued up. That's just going to be another heal for the mine. You don't want to take a risk on the smash. Ooh, and the magnet. So that's going to eat up one of the life ups, but it wasn't enough to kill the rockin'. So I was going to get that second rockin'. Sitake did not choose to go and pick up more burgers. And this first cop here is being a little bit stingy with the misses. There's a small chance, I believe 1 in 8 of the cops dropping another burger. Don't want to count on it though. The mine has cleared Titanic Ant. Very nice. Not today, Ant. Not today. Cop 2 down on Sitake's side. I have to keep an eye on our healing. The crushing chops start coming out, and this can be a little dicey. Choosing to do the life up there, I think that's why. Is anything below 30 hit points at this point, you want to make sure you've got as much healing coming at you as possible. Ideally, you want to start each fight with as much hit points as you can, particularly going into the strong fight. We'll see, Sitake's probably going to choose to heal right off the bat here at 36 hit points. Yeah, gonna go ahead and do the life up there. So that will cost us 1 rockin' for the strong fight, but it's not the biggest deal. 140 hit points on Captain Strong. 1 rockin' usually does a fair chunk of that damage. We just have to keep an eye on our hit points because the submission hold can do quite a bit. And a miss with the submission hold. Sitake is going to drop a rockin' on his face. 71, so that's half of Strong's hit points down with the 1 rockin'. Oh no! No! Sitake! Sitake's down at the Strong fight. That's awful. Wasn't quite able to mash out that heal. Oh, you hate to see it. And with that, the mine has a chance to sneak back into the lead here. Stopping to pick up some extra money for a little refill on our Whoppers. And just like that, Boogey is boogieing. So taking the mom heal there after Ant, we do have the little extra text from Paula. Get your Fuzzy Pickles in chat. Fuzzy Pickle Man landing on the dog's head. Plus side, having killed Frank, Sitake will not have to deal with the zoo animals here. Can just stroll on back down to the cop fights. We'll see. It looks like Sitake is just going for it, as opposed to stopping for some more burgers. Trying to make up some ground. It's a dangerous game. The cop gauntlet can really eat up a lot of time, and that is an unfortunate death take there. At Strong, you do have to go back through all 4 of the cops again. So we've got the mine on to cop 2. Go ahead and heal up, and of course the outspeed on the crushing chop turn. That's fun. Man, the crushing chops are just flowing. All right, our runners are separated by 1 cop right now. Ooh, man, healing at 65. And with the outspeed again. Ness's timing is just fantastic. And the other outspeed on the heal. Mine going ahead and playing it extra safe, and I don't blame him. Just crushing chop after crushing chop on the mine side. Went ahead and lifen up. Oh, and a miss. Come on, Ness. Oh, the smash. Okay, good. So he's able to... We'll take the outspeed on that turn. The smashes from the cops are really ugly. Anything below about 22 hit points gets real dicey to mash out, as we've seen. Alright, so our runners are both at Strong here. Sitake picked up about a 2-second, 3-second lead on the mine from that last fight, taking a little extra time. Getting the heal off there. So dropping the rockin' again, 82 on Strong for Sitake, 58 for the mine, gross. The mine does have an extra rockin' to help out with that. 1 more hit from the mine should do it. Oh my goodness, and they are as good as tied at this point, Criminy Craft. So both runners out of the purgatory that is Net with just under 33 minutes. It's a whole new ball game, folks. It looks like just the extra level text, I think, put the mine back in a slight lead there. Doing the cop gauntlet again does provide some extra experience for Ness. Doesn't really come to help us all that much. Both runners choosing to take the burger on the way to Tucson there. 1 lonely little shroom there for the mine. Whoa! Shroom party in Tucson. Oh no! Antoid was making a break for it. Come on. Settle down, Antoid. Alright, the mine's out of that nonsense. So both runners gonna stop here, grab a big fat pile of cash out of the ATM, and make a death warp save with Dad. Ooh, and the mine actually not having the money for the phone call. A couple of story triggers to take care of here. We got to go and chat up Apple Kid and donate to his future inventions. Visit our friendly mouse and cell phone salesman. So both runners pretty low on healing items. I think just one burger for Sitake, and the mine is strapped other than that. And we're gonna take a nice scenic stroll to look at some artwork suspiciously placed in the middle of our path. And that looks like, ooh, that's too many spawns on the mine side. That's not fun. This shroom here should be safe enough. Their aggro radius is pretty small. Got a convenient butterfly there. That is nice getting into this next segment. Peaceful Rest Valley can be super dangerous, and having some psychic points there if you need an emergency rock-in or a life up. Do have things that can give us a cold as well. We do have healing, so it doesn't bother us too much, but all those psychic points are helpful in a time like this. Pretty quick despawn there on Sitake's side. I get just high enough here to spawn the pencil statue. You don't actually have to see it, technically. Yeah, I don't know if they got quite high enough to get it with that UFO there. That's plenty. There's a little visual cue with the patch of grass and the nub there by the river that'll let you know you've gone high enough, but a lot of people, myself included, will just opt to see it for themselves to make sure. The last thing you want is to get back through Fart Cave and not get the call from Apple Kid and have to do it all over again. Have to do a little despawn work there. Able to at least get in there and has enough room to despawn those mobile sprouts. This can be a obnoxious little choke point here. There's not a whole lot of room to maneuver on the first section of the cave there, and you spend a lot of time despawning through the door if they just want to keep showing up that way. Sitake grabbing the butterfly as well. Just gotta work our way back through Tucson. We do want to keep an eye out. There are some deviants here in Tucson that can show up from time to time. Yep, there's an angry cop and a couple of dogs. Making a quick pit stop for a skip sandwich. Seeing a lot of runners like to have that little extra safety there going through PRV the next time. All the enemies are super fast, so having that extra mobility can be a real blessing if you know where to use it. And in a pinch, it can save you from dying if you don't have any more healing items, which they are pretty low. It's able to not trigger the hippie and the unassuming local guy. Just one hippie sighting today. Heading back towards PRV proper. Another section where many good runs go to die. That might... that's not going to be quite enough room for Sitake to despawn those sprouts. Talk about neck and neck. Not even so much as a high five, just holding hands through PRV. What if we held hands at Fart Cave? Pencil sink. Ooh, in this section, the mine is in a bit of a pickle here. Not quite enough room to despawn anything. Those sprouts seem to be a little hung up there. We need to hope the UFO pops over to the right. It looks like it did. Very nice despawn for the mine there. Sitake getting through without too much trouble there. Grabbing that butterfly. Tree trying to cause trouble for the mine, but able to despawn that without too much hoop-de-doo. A lot of quick and dangerous spawns here, so we need to be extra careful. Lots of stuff to get things hung up on at least, but as we see, they can just move in the right pattern to just fly through these winding sections, and Ness doesn't have much of a chance to outrun them. And that UFO is going to be a challenge there. Mine does not need any more butterfly action. Sitake is going to be the first one into happy there. One more despawn for the mine. Hopefully no more on the bottom of the hill. Nice. Alright, Sitake is going to do a quick shopping trip here to power up, grab our Sandlot bat and a Holmes hat, give ourselves a little extra oomph for the cultist fights here. Oh my goodness! That's a rough place to start. Gonna go ahead and just use the rock in there. I don't blame you having two cultists to deal with. And it spawns right on top of you there. If you're not reacting quickly to just turn right around and go back out the cave, there's not much you can do. Unfortunately, these cultists are, they do have the flag on there as a scripted fight, so you can't run away from them, even if they are random encounters here. Thanks a lot, Shack Fight. Oh, and okay, so Sitake is going to go and grab some extra healing from the honor stand here. Egg. Mine's got the Franklin badge. Alright, a clean walk through the cave there for Sitake. No more surprises, please. Yeah, you would think that, wouldn't you? Yeah, Crow Party USA. Kind of a low roll on those Rockins there, unfortunately. The call for help did fail, so that's nice. Hopefully, as long as these Rockins hit, we should be fine. Crow evasion is not uncommon. They are quite fast. We got Cultist C on Sitake's side, gonna drop the Rockin there. At least it happened before the Rockin cast. Unfortunately, does not have a second Rockin to clear those out, so we're gonna need at least a hit on each of these. This can be a pretty dicey fight. There's a smash. Not that it was really needed at this point. It does have 5 PP for a life up if things get dicey, which is going to be necessary here. No! 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 Sitake! Oh, not to the shock fight. Oh, and this is a really rough recovery for Sitake. Having to get all the way back through PRV is just a nightmare. Anything can happen in Boogey. anything at any time, every split is a run killer. And sometimes the game is just going to be that way. Go into the HQ fight here. Just shy, only 4 hit points left on this cultist here, and a dodge. Come on, Ness, let's do our thing. Alright, so 18 HP. I believe this is gonna be no level off of that one. So probably gonna need a little bit of healing here before we get into Carpenter. I'm gonna go ahead and nom that croissant down. Carpenter's battle sequence is entirely predictable, so we just have to make sure that we're healing when we know we've got an attack round coming up. For all intents and purposes, we just want to see a couple of reflex and Carpenter go away. We got 1 reflect. And a nice rocket, almost completely negated the life up there, so 1 reflect or a big hit from Ness should be enough to do it. 114 reflect is going to take Carpenter down, so nice work for the mine there. And 37 hit points to go into the death warp is a pretty good spot to be. Provided the mole wants to cooperate with us. Sitake grabbing the butterfly here, cruising on through PRV. Plus side, having died at the shack fight, Sitake will be able to just go into Cultist HQ. Gonna try to skip sandwich past the tree here. And very nice. And that's why we have a skip sandwich in reserve. Beautiful. So a bit of ground to make up for Sitake. He does still have a fighting chance, absolutely. Just a couple of fights behind now. So we'll see how the cultist fight here in the shack treats us. Meanwhile, the mine going to grab Paula out of the cage here. Only 1 crow trying to get up in our business. All right. Cultist is down for Sitake. Got 76 hit points. Oh, and a level up. So gonna have a little bit extra going into it. So 78 is gonna be enough to at least get the Carpenter fight rolling. We'll see what he has in store. And a double miss on the reflex for Sitake. I think a 25% chance at this point. So we're hoping to get at least 1 off of the next round. Gonna double rocket in there because we got all those psychic points to work. Triple rockin'. No love from the reflex. And Sitake is just going to go ahead and blast his way through with the Rockins there. Using the burger, probably a good call. That was a pretty big hit from Carpenter. No love on the reflex once again, and that was a heck of a death warp for the mine there. Carpenter is down for Sitake. Bringing back Paula on the mine side. A few story events to get through at this point. Interesting. Choosing to throw the Holmes hat onto Paula there. A little extra security. I don't think I've seen that one before. Grabbing our backstage pass. Sitake was left at a pretty decent HP for the mole warp as well. Gotta go and free up Paula. Looks like the mine's gonna do a little Teddy Max in here. I can dig it. I can dig it. The oft-forgotten Teddy in Paula's room. Sitake, meanwhile, ditching all of the security items to set up for the death warp. Old pal Everdread and his inconspicuous wad of cash. Big hit on Paula there. Ooh, big hit on Ness. Roll that one out. Not a bad death warp. And a clean right side theater. Checking in and putting on our boogie shoes. Out of the way, dog. Sitake does not have time to pet you. What a bop. The Runaway Five never disappoint. Alright, acting as the Runaway Five's business manager here, gearing up for our bus ride over to Threed. Scooting by the photo trigger on Sitake's side. Little high five in the lobby. And a left bus for the mine. Oh, little wellness menu there. Extra chat with Lucky. Just mad turn radius on this bus. All right. All right, TheMine off to do some grave digging here. Ooh, ghosts and bees. Alright, that was at least an easy despawn there. Triggered the zombies. See what the walk back looks like. Okay, lovely. Through the graveyard without too much drama. Gonna go talk to this totally not sketchy woman. Right bus on Sitake's side, getting ready to cruise on over to Threed. Zombie bonks. I was always kind of curious what happened to that lady after the zombie paper incident. She just disappears, never to be seen again. Did she get normal once Threed got clean? The mine is off to Winters. She went to Summers. You know what, I would too. Summers is a great place. Got some no good flies making trouble on Sitake's side. Able to sneak by there using the gravestones to his advantage. I'm gonna go talk to old jerk Maxwell here. Who doesn't understand how keys and sharing works. Ooh, and this ghost is making a break for it. Oh, that's a drag. And of course, the zombie possessor is just gonna whack Paula right off the top. Oh, and a ghost. So having Paula down at this point isn't a huge issue. We'll see if anything else decides to pop up here in the graveyard. Paula will be revived after the zombie bunk. Got our bad key machine for the mine. Gonna stock up on our pop gun and our Holmes hat. Need a little bit of protection going off into the cold of winters. Old Tony putting the world on his back to help out his friend. What a lad. Grab our $1 monkey. Hoping we don't come to regret the spending of that $1. Ooh, that crow was like a missile. Just managed to dodge by. All of the music in Winters just goes so hard. Stewing up before the chilly ride across the lake. It's time to get those Tessies in chat. Shout outs to Tessie Music. No safety dog. Sitake got a ghost encounter in the graveyard that slowed things down a little bit. And the unfortunate death and happy. Still a very tight race. Things can definitely still happen. Pond Cave is going to Pond Cave with the extra wild card of old Bubble Monkey here. Arrivederci, fair Tessie. We will see you again. Sitake's got his monkey. Ooh, did not get the goat despawn there. A little too direct. And choosing to take the fight. These goats can hit pretty. And able to get through there with 6 HP to spare. The extra levels will help against the true last boss of Earthbound, Proto 1, Egg. Choosing to just charge forward to Destiny. Ooh, and a call for help. quickly through Proto A. And some nice hits on some Proto B there. Able to get through that one safely. Ooh, and Sitake just a little bit too low under the tent there, getting the photo trigger. Ready your fuzzy pickles. I'm stopping to pick up the present there. The present after duck is going to be a croissant, I believe. Seeing if we can get the duck skip set up there. Not so much. Only 8 HP for the duck. Not too much we can do except try to plow through. 18, one more hit. Alright, able to get through duck on 8 HP without a single attack on a duck. Very nice. Level 5. Jeff's a regular bruiser at this point. Grab that croissant and stock back up. Tessie time. Couldn't quite land the second proto skip there. Oh, and another call for help. Come on, game. Don't be like that. Oh, see. Rude. Rude game. Brick Road here doing everything it can to give Sitake a little room for him to catch up. Alright. Taking a safety save at the end of Brick Road. Not the worst idea going into Pond Cave there. Save you the walk back through Brick Road at least. Nothing to lose but a few seconds there. It's alright to protect the lead. I can see that making sense. Safety burger there, good call. Able to make it through the first room upon cave without any encounters. Ooh, and that mushroom's not gonna help. Quick despawn though. Very nice second room upon cave. Let's go. Ooh, we got Proto B on Sitake's side. Wow, that Pond Cave rocked house. Well done on the mine side. We take those. See if this duck is going to cooperate for Sitake. Looks like it's just kind of dancing there in place. Doesn't seem to want to move anywhere. Really gotta... Oh man. Oh, you got the green swirl with the monkey. Nice save there. Yeah, that mushroom was just high enough to get past the cliffside there and not get hung up. See ya, monkey. No cave boy shenanigans, please. Just a little high for the second proto skip, and right off the bat with Proto B. I mean, please. Just stop calling for help. You have enough friends. Cranking up the Skyrunner for a flight back to Threed. Sitake is through Proto Heck here with 3 HP to spare. Also choosing to save here at the end of Brick Road. And with the lack of healing items and the very low HP, I don't blame him one bit. And getting rejected there by the slug is going to try to respawn this section here. This choke point can be a little tricky. Oh man, getting slick with the diagonal stutters there, that is not easy to do. Being able to get a 4-frame tap on 2 directional inputs is a feat in itself. And not a bad pond cave, all things considered, for Sitake as well. So this one's gonna come down to Boogey Tent, just the way we like to see it. And that's too many boomers. Not in a great spot for Sitake there. Oh, there, we're back. That should be alright. Those are in a good enough spot to hang them up on the cliff there. Bye-bye, monkey. Alright, Teddy on Teddy action for the mine there. Old Dr. Randonuts doing the classic donut tease. That's a lot of flies, but no doge attack for the mine. Got a Rockin', Freeze, and BBR. Hey, 625. Boogey 10 is down for the mine. Get your GGs in chat. Locking down the win for the mine. The persistence pays off.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
All right. Make sure the mine. Go ahead and complete your run in the race room to lock in that official time. But a 14:07 is very nice. And locked in with an official racetime.gg time of 1:14:49. Good game to the mine. Keeping it real. Bit of a tricky start to the run, but things came together in the end. You never know what's going to happen in Boogey percent. And a 6-second race PB even. You gotta love it. You gotta love to see it. Always excited to see all the new PBs when tournament time rolls around. Sitake's gonna teddy up and head down for the final encounter. All right, no stragglers around Boogey Tent. Let's get ourselves a big BBR roll and ride off into the sunset. Oh, and Paula taking the death. 336, gross. So we got a rocket and a bottle rocket here. Almost enough for about, I want to say, 50 HP short. Another rocket should take care of it. And Boogey is down. GG's to Sitake. It's a well-run race by both players. It was a very difficult sections there for both. A couple unfortunate deaths really kind of locked it in there. An official racetime.gg time of 1:17:39 for Sitake. Good game to both. Get our little tent glitch going here to wrap up the evening. Our next race, it looks like we've got tomorrow at 8 p.m. Going to be Leslie Pro versus myself, actually. How about that? Unless we get a couple more scheduled before that, but following that, we've got looks like a quad getting spun up on the 6th there. So we've got an exciting round 4 kicking off already. Lots to be seen yet. Shout outs to both the runners. Make sure you give them a follow. Shout outs to our restreamer Derek, knocking that out of the park as per usual. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight and having a good time in chat, supporting the runners. Make sure you tune in next time. We'll see you soon.